Hello, this is Matthew Miller from the ZDNet Smartphones and Cell Phones blog. Today I'm going to take a look at another cool Android device that's launching on my favorite carrier, T-Mobile. Now this is a successor to the myTouch, but it really seems to be the successor to the T-Mobile G1, which was the first Google Android device that was launched in the US and that I really had a great time with. Now, before I get into the device, again, I don't always like to show these unboxings, but this is actually quite a unique box from T-Mobile. As you can see here, it's kind of it's a plastic, kind of looking durable briefcase type of case. Now, oh, there we go. I was able to get it open this time. So what you'll see in the case is, I have some pictures of this too, you know, a few pamphlets, information, SIM card, things like that. But it's like this molded foam, so that everything fits in there quite well. You know, you've got the myTouch 3G slide goes here, headset, cable, and the charger. And it's just a, you know, kind of a nice box, which they also used when they did as you remember my information on the myTouch, had a nice boxing arrangement as well. So this new device is the myTouch 3G slide. Launches for, I believe, $179 with contract, and I'm not sure what the no contract price, because T-Mobile does have the even more plus plans. I'm not sure. We haven't found out that pricing information. I imagine if it's $179.99, it's probably close to $450 or something for this device, which is quite expensive. Now, at first I wasn't that excited about the device until I realized that this is a QWERTY slider Android device from HTC, which is the first one since the G1. So I got a bit excited. Then I got a hold of it, and I was like, wow, the hardware is actually pretty nice, you know. But there's a couple things about it I really don't like either. So the hardware, let's just take a look around the hardware before I turn things on. As you can see, it's already picking up fingerprints. I mean, this is a glossy, black, very shiny device. The bottom has a capacitive touchscreen down there, or a capacitive touchpad. It has 4 buttons: home, menu, back, and then instead of search, it has this new Genius button that I'll show you. Up top is the indicator light and the headset speaker. On the very top here we have the power button and the 3.5mm headset jack. Over on the right side we do see a dedicated camera button, which is nice to have with a camera on the device. On the bottom we've got a micro USB port and the mic opening, and on the left side we have a volume slider bar button there. On the back we've got a 5-megapixel camera with a flash and then the speaker as well. And there's the myTouch labeling, and underneath is the micro SD card slot. The other thing about the hardware is it slides. So you slide to the right, and there you go. You've got a full QWERTY keyboard. Now, the keyboard itself is well spaced. It has pretty good tactile feedback. However, one of the big bonuses that I always found on the G1 keyboard was the ability to customize all of the keys on the G1 to launch applications and perform functions. I mean, it was a really functional keyboard. You could live on that keyboard. This keyboard is just for entering information. There are no shortcuts that I could find except for the dedicated buttons, such as a menu button, a search button, home. I guess that's it. And then we've got shift on left and right. We've got 2 functions, left and right. But what I don't really like, and you'll see probably in my pictures more than you will in this video, is the keys are actually a little confusing because it has like the main character and the alternate right next to each other. So it's like U7, I8, O9, P0, and then even with the letters like G and the ampersand, and you know, so the keys are a little odd, kind of strange to get used to. It is a functional keyboard as far as entering text, but that's about it. It doesn't have all the great stuff that we saw on the G1 keyboard. Okay, let me go back into the screen here. So this is a HTC device. It actually has a version of Sense on the device, kind of a customized, modified version of Sense. As you can see, there's what is there, five different screens, which we now see in Froyo as well. So there's different screens. If you push the home again, you will see that Leap is supported as well, so you can jump between those 5. I wonder if that, I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, it does support with the pinching as well to get to Leap. If we tap on the center button for applications, all our programs, it's a different kind of view of the programs than we've seen on other Android devices, and we see that HTC has included things such as Peep and the Quick Office Viewer and MP3 store, Google Maps, of course. Alright, so it's mainly the typical things you see. As you can see on the display too, it's a good display. It's 320 or 480 by 320. However, I've been spoiled lately by these high resolution displays, and this 3.4-inch one isn't as fantastic as some of the other displays I've seen, but it's a lower end device type of target range, I guess. So let me show you the three main new software things. Are the first one here, we tap this button, is the Faves Gallery. Alright, so this, you could set up to 20 people on this Faves Gallery, and it gives you quick access, speed dial, I guess you will, of email, text, share a picture with that person. Let me see if I think my daughter has some updates. So she wrote up there on her, it says Facebook church time, right? So that's hers. I can communicate with her. If I was to tap her, it has events, which she has no events right now. If I tap up here on her status, it'll show me status updates. Now, I haven't seen it do anything more than the latest status update, so that's a bit unusual. And this is kind of a different view. This is more of the in-depth view. Then you can do an email or text, or if you tap on this one, you can share a photo or view photos of that person. And you can see, you can flip through different people. It has some animations, that kind of flips their name. I don't know. It's interesting, but I don't think it's quite as useful as I was looking for, but some people may enjoy that. So that's the Faves Gallery. They have another thing called My Modes. So if I tap on this, if I tap there on the menu button, My Modes, so we can change our mode. And if you go in here to change your mode, you see that you can change your mode, you can change the theme, the wallpaper, the ringtone, the appearance. And if you jump into that, you see that comes with two by default, away and home. You can add a new mode template, home or away, and then customize that mode. Now in the mode, you can have different themes, and there's 7 themes that it comes with: Palazzo, Surf, Wildflower, Red Rocks. Let's go to Hoops and select Hoops for this mode. We'll apply that, switching to the Hoops theme in our mode. Okay, and you can change your lock wallpaper, the appearance, the ringtones, as I said, and then go back. Now, one thing also with your modes, that was change theme and change mode. I forgot to show in the modes, down where's that at? Oh, after you press the menu button, and it says auto mode change. Tap on that. Now we can see we can turn off automotive mode change, so we have to do it manually. You can have a time-based switch or a location-based switch. So time-based, come down here, you can select the time that you want that mode, and then at all other times show the other mode. If I tap on location-based, it's going to wait for location. Let's see if it can find me here. I do have a pretty good T-Mobile signal. So you can see here, select location for that mode, apply when at, and then you can name that location, home, work, whatever, and have it switch. So I really like the automatic mode switcher, because HTC has had their Sense UI with scenes, and I've never ever switched scenes because it was always a manual process. This kind of automatic process based on time of day or location is great. I mean, you could have a whole theme of a mode of your phone go on the weekends or after work, and I do like that functionality in the My Modes. And then you can see it's going to change that mode to the Hoop mode that I switched it to. So there's My Modes. Now the last thing is this Genius button. So rather than search, we press this Genius button. Now let's see if this happens when I press this again. Press and hold it. Okay, so there it says call. It gives you examples: call someone, send text or email. Now every single time I start this, it says this Genius button is voice activating the names from your contact list. I had expected that would build that database once, but every single time I push the Genius button, it does this. So it really doesn't seem to be as efficient as if I just had the Google Voice text, Mallory, hello. I probably was a little late on that. Let's see if it picks up what I'll give it a chance, but I'll try one closer to my mouth. See, it says no. So let's start over. Text, Mallory, hello. Now you're supposed to be able to say things like that and have it work Mallory Miller, and you would go through the different prompts and be able to choose that person. So I guess once it's running, it won't redo that. So every time it starts to run, it'll start doing that. So find Pizza Hut, Puyallup. Let's see if we'll find Pizza Hut in Puyallup. Right now we have the voice search in the Google with that button. Let me try that again, start over. Find. Oh, it's asking me. I'm talking and it's just picking up a bunch of different things. I don't know. I haven't found the utility of this to be that great. I would prefer, I think, going back to the voice activated Google search bar. But another try of something unique, I guess. Another nice feature that they did add to this device is, I'll show you, an alternate keyboard called Swipe. Now I have Swipe that I'm beta testing on my Nexus 1, and I found it to be better than any keyboard I've ever tried. And this, you do have a hardware keyboard, but this, they also give you the Swipe keyboard. What you can do with Swipe is you just tap your finger on, and so let me just enter Swipe. As you can see, it got it right, Swipe, right there. It's really quite a fast keyboard, and I do find it quite well. Works quite well. When you jump into here, of course, it I guess it does give you input method, but I don't think it will pop it up because you have the keyboard open, which it makes sense. If you have the keyboard open, you want to use it. But Swipe is a nice alternative. If you do have this device, I recommend you try Swipe. Swipe can also be found on the HTC HD2 from T-Mobile, which is a Windows mobile device. You can't download or buy Swipe at this time. I don't know if they're going to make it available for people or if it's only device specific. A couple more things I wanted to show you real quickly is the notifications. If I tap on notifications, this is a different view of notifications than you've seen before. You now see recent apps and your notifications below that. Something new on this particular device. And then I also showed you the apps, and the all programs is a different view. So that's a look at the myTouch 3G slide from T-Mobile. That'll be launching on June 2nd. $179.99, not a horrible price. I would think that something along the lines of $139 would maybe more in line with this particular device. It does have HTC Sense and some of the functionality, which includes things such as email. Exchange email support is actually supported on this device. And as you can see here, it's the same as what I showed on the HTC Incredible as far as the Exchange goes, which will get you 90% there for Exchange. Not a bad choice. So that's a look at the T-Mobile myTouch 3G slide. Thanks for watching.